how does one understand his, his true purpose in his life? Because after this pandemic, it will be for most of them, most of us, it is going to be a fresh start. So if one knows his true purpose in his life, and when he works on that, so there might be less conflicts within himself. But this will help us for everyone.
Yeah. How to find the purpose of life? There is a technique to find the purpose of our life. This is called analysis of the prarabdha of a person. And the idea of prarabdha is linked with the karmic theory. So if you look there, actually there are some clues and keys how to do it. Everything that we do in this life are mostly motivated from within. And sometimes the motivation comes when we are interacting with the society. But at other times, even without any interaction with the society outside, something may bubble from within, some thoughts. So basically, one has to start to see the inner work which is happening all the time. All our thoughts, as I used to say before in my satsangs, all our thoughts are coming from our memories. So memories are the retentions of the past experiences. Everything from the very beginning of our life, maybe while we were in the womb of the mother onwards, are recorded. And this is there. And then the karmic theory says that there was a life before. That question we leave it now because we are not 100% sure about that part. So you just set aside that part. You will look from the point of view of the life which we have. That will be more scientific. The other belongs to a belief system. It may be true, it may be not true. All the great masters in India, they accepted the idea that there is birth and reincarnation. And death. Birth, death and reincarnation. Let it be there. We look into this present life which we have. When we are just simply relaxing, some thoughts are coming from within. Some thoughts may burst into action. Some thoughts remain as thought. Then it comes back again. And if that thought can relate with something which is there outside, the thought gets some more stimulus. But all thoughts are not like that. So those thoughts that get some impetus from the stimulus which is coming from outside indicates that we have established a bond with that particular thought. Of some reason, we have some liking for that or some interest in that area. So each and every one of us have a large number of thoughts of which we have established a particular bond. Bond means a connection. We like it, we wanted to do it. And these are the thoughts that we need to look to find the purpose of the life of the person. Maybe different people have different purposes. Generally, we can say that everybody, the final purpose for everyone is emancipation. Because when you have finished off with all the inspirations and all the longings and all the desires, then what is there to do? Nothing to do. So you are peaceful, and in that peaceful state, when you leave the body, you are freed. This is an idea. Until and unless we do our karmas in this way, of which we have established a bond, we will not be freed. When you look in that angle, you can see the karmas are different for different people, depending upon how much you have established a bond with different things which are there in your memories. That needs to be found out. Then the general idea is everybody wants to get into the state of realization. That's the purpose of life, the goal of life. But the route varies from person to person, depending upon what is the bond which he has established in his own particular life. The previous lives, you forget about it. Anyway, if we had previous lives, our present life is a continuation of the previous life, so that we don't need to look into the previous life. We can only look in this life and sort it out. Because if you believe in the karmic theory of incarnation, anyway, this body is the sum total of all the lives which you have brought forward until now. So there is no point in going and analyzing the previous things. Anyway, we have a life. We are starting our work. How to start the work? You try to relax yourself and just watch your mind. We are preparing for that actually. I always ask you to watch your mind, see your thoughts. The purpose is that, to identify. You were doing the same thing to identify what I wanted to do. So, suppose when you are watching your mind, on a day, some strong thoughts are coming. Some big push is coming. You have seen it. I always ask you not to go for analysis and synthesis. So you simply see it. Maybe next day when you sit, so many different thoughts are coming, but not the one which came forcefully today. Maybe another day, again this thought comes with greater force. And so go on watching, whereby you identify thoughts which pushes you into a state of restlessness. Thoughts that are pushing from within, not allowing you to compose yourself until you do that thing. Can you follow? Thoughts are coming, of which some thoughts just come and it goes. It goes. Some thoughts won't go like this. It repeatedly comes and it disturbs you and it pushes you to do things. And so you go on watching like that in your meditation for a longer period of time. Thereby many of the passing thoughts may just pass away. But certain thoughts won't pass away. It will come repeatedly with stronger vigor to disturb you. And that you can count that this is something which I have to do. This is identification of prarabdha. Without doing it, you will not be peaceful at all. So when you are intensely watching it with relaxation, you will understand that something is disturbing you constantly. And if that is not done in this life, you will not be peaceful at all. This is coming from the acquired karma. Either you have acquired it from immediate past or maybe from long past. And you are living for fulfilling that. Sometimes the nature may not create an conducive atmosphere for you to really fulfill it. Maybe it will take a longer time to get into that condition. You need a lot of support for something to be fructified. Not only you, the whole nature has to participate in the process so that you can easily do it. And maybe at times we may not be in that kind of a harmony with nature that whatever you do won't work out the way you want it to work out. In all your life you have seen this. You start a business and then you're hoping that everything is okay, fine. And you are really launching it and then suddenly COVID comes. What can you do? You have to close down everything. Your inspiration has not gone. Then you are waiting and waiting for the whole thing to finish so that you can launch it. So there are extraneous circumstances that are controlling things. As well, there are internal circumstances also support it or disturbs it. That need to be really looked. So when you look in this way for a long period of time, it takes a long time. You go on looking clearly to see what is pushing from within. And when you identify all those strong pushes that is coming from within are the things that you have to do to fulfill yourself. This is called fulfillment. Unless you fulfill this, you will not get out of it. That's why I said it depends on person to person. Finally, the goal is one, that everybody finishes their fulfilled karmas and will be freed. So if you look at what's the purpose of my life is to be freed. But the route through which each and every one of us are going are different. So you understand, somebody may go maybe at the age of 7 into sannyas. Somebody will take maybe 70 years of life to get there. But both are reaching the same point. So you're not losing anything. You're not missing anything. And when once you identify all these inspirations, which are strongly pushing you, not like small inspirations, on the way you see somebody in your life, and you feel a little attraction because the person is so good looking or having money or maybe status in society, and so you feel. And it may also go. If you are not supporting that feeling in a physical way, certainly it will stay some time and it may go. But if it is something which is strongly deep-rooted in you, it will come back. And one has to fulfill it. And that is very important to identify whether it is part of my karma or I am going to generate a new karma. That one should clearly see. We should not take excuses to start up new karmas if your intention is to make yourself free. That's the main thing. If you wanted to be free, you have to fix some things. And then on the way you see something very beautiful and you feel, oh, this is something which very much I was looking for. You interpret it, create it and go into it, you get into the trouble of it. And then some remorse, carrying the burden of remorse with us. This is what usually humans are doing. That's not possible if you wanted to get into the freedom which you are looking for. So the simple thing which a person can do is to look into his own, take time, look into his own mind, see what are the great push which are coming from within. Identify all these things. It may take 6 months' time for you to identify the strong push. When you are observing it, don't go for any kind of fulfilling actions with respect to the thought which is pushing from within. It may be a passing thought. It may go by itself. So don't get into an action thinking and just simply interpreting because you have a longing for something. It may be a sudden longing. And so wait for a time, observe your mind, see all those strong pushes and inspirations that are coming from within. Then you will identify everything. By 6 months' time, I say just a time frame, maybe 6 months, maybe 1 week, maybe for a person 3 days. You identify all these things, and then you know this is what I have to do. When you are going to do it, now you are doing it to fulfill the inspiration and not for anything else. This inspiration is there, so how can you work it on? You are fully focused on doing it. You are not distracted because you wanted to do it. You are entering into it, looking at it, working it out, and that it will be fulfilled. The result may be good, the result may be bad. You're not looking for the result. You just wanted to do it. Maybe you'll be criticized by people. Maybe you'll not be appreciated by people. Maybe the society will condemn you. But this is one of the deeper inspirations that you have to do. You have no other alternative. But that needs to be clearly understood before you enter into the action plan. Never misinterpret small longings that come on the way as part of your karma. This is what people do. Something very fascinating is coming on the way, then you feel that, oh, this is my man, or this is my woman, or this is the thing which I wanted to do. These are simple interpretations. You have to wait and see in your meditation. If it is popping up, and disturbs you, your peace of mind, it's for sure that I have no choice other than doing this. And when you are doing it, you will be very, very focused because you want to fix it and finish it, not for gaining anything out of it to make another continuum. So when you do like this, you can finish. That's the purpose for which you are born. Or you were growing, I should say, because on the way of growing, you have accumulated all these things that needs to be slowly fixed. It will take time. And when you are executing it, never look for any further outcome from that, any further profit from that, any further better behavior from somebody, or never expect an appreciation. And you just do it because you are fixing it, finishing it, that's all. In this way, you can identify the purpose for which you are existing now. Then you may be able to do it, maybe you may be not able to do it. But you can do an honest attempt. Thank you.